Hello, and thank you for watching. I'm Jennifer Bowman with Olympia Piano, and this video is going to explore some fingering and tips for playing the right hand of Chopin's Prelude in B minor. Now, this video just explores some fingering that I've compared from different editions and some technique that has worked well with myself and my students. There might be other ways to play this piece, and I encourage you to just simply explore and find the technique and methods that work best for you. So the way this video is going to work is we're just going to go through measure by measure with the different fingerings, and hopefully this will give you some ideas that will help you play this piece more successfully. Before we get started with the fingerings throughout the piece, just know that there's lots of different editions of this piece. I actually compared about 7 different editions when looking at this video. But the one thing that remains constant is that in the right hand's actually doing 2 things. If you look at the bottom part of the right hand, you have these quarter note chords with the stems down. And then the top part has 1/8 notes grouped together. Sometimes they have an accent and then a slur. Sometimes there's no slur, no accent. But regardless, I've always interpreted this as some sort of a heartbeat type of gesture. By that I mean the first note's going to be a little bit louder, and then the second note would be softer. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. So we want to strive to have a technique in which the ands in between the beats can be a little bit softer. Before we get into the fingerings, I want you to just take a look at this quick snippet of a side view of my hands. So this is just a side view of how your wrist is going to look. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit so you can see the motion. The thing I want you to know is on the beats, 1, 2, and 3, you're going to play with more the fleshy part of your finger. And then on the ands, the second 1/8 note, it'll be more on the tip. So it's going to look like this. So you have roll, up, switch, roll, up, switch. Or if you're doing 4 or 5, it would be, the hand would be at a slightly different angle. And then once you get a little more comfortable, your wrist isn't going to go up quite as much, but you're going to be imagining that it's a down up. So down, up, down, up. But think flat, tip, flat, tip, flat, tip. Okay, so now that you've seen that side view, let's just go over measure by measure some of the common fingerings for this piece. In my own experience playing and teaching this piece, I do think it's best to have a finger switch on the 1/8 notes with the stems going up. Not to say that if you have really great technique, you couldn't just play it, but it might cause fatigue and lack of control if you just use one finger for those repeated notes for the duration of the piece. So we'll get started with measures of 1 and 2. There's basically 2 common ways these are fingered. Way number 1 is going to have 1, 2, 5. And then you're going to switch to finger 4 on the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. So way number 2 is the opposite of that. 1, 2, 4, switching to 5 for the ands. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. You'll find that you get in a little zone of that. So try both of them, see what works. Also be mindful as to which one takes less mental energy, the 4-5 or the 5-4, because you really want to be focusing on the left hand voicing. And so forth. Okay, let's go to measure 3. Measure 3 is going to start with either 4-5 or 5-4. Now, 2 choices from beats 2 and 3. You can either have 5-2-4 or 4-2-5. So basically the same choices that you had before. Going on to measure 4, same 2 choices, 1-2-4-5 or 1-2-5-4. probably you're going to keep the same finger choice measures 1 through 4, whether it's 5-4 or 4-5. Measure 5 will have the same two choices, 4-5, 5-4, either of those. Measure 6, there's a few different ways to play the first two beats. Beat 3 is going to be 3-2-1, 4-2. So you can either do 4-2-1, 5, 3-2-1, 4, 3-2-1, 4-2. Or for just a little bit of time, you can repeat the finger on the 8th note. So that would look like this: 5-3-2, 5, 4-3-2, 4, 3-2-1, 4-2. So beginning of measure 7, just a couple ways to do this. We can either have 5-2-1, 2-1, 2-1, and then 5-3-1 for this. Or 5-2-1, 3-1, 2-1, 5-3-1. So see what feels best to you. Remember, you have to hold that E on the top. Okay, so for beat 3, I'm going to give you a bunch of options. Just see what works for your hand. We can do 5, 4, grace note, 4, 3, 5 comes underneath and then grabs the next beat, 3, 2, 1. Or you can do 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, moving over, kind of hold your thumb until you get set. Way number 3, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, scoot. Or you can do 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3. One final one, 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. Measure 8, couple different ways: 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 5, 4, 1, 4, 2, 1, or 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1. Measures 9 through 14, you're going to use whichever fingering worked for you at the beginning. All right, that brings us to measure 15. I'm going to give you two choices for measure 15. You can either do 3, 2, 1, 4, 4, 2, 1, 5, 5, 2, 1, 4, or 5, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4. So one way we're switching every beat, the other way it's always 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. Now in measure 16, we can either go 5, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5, 2, 1, 4, or 5, 2, 1, 5, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. Most important thing is, once you figure it out, write it in. So that's how you're always practicing it. Then measure 17 through 20. Basically, you're going to be figuring out, do you want 5, 4, or 4, 5 for all of that. Measure 21, you could either have 5, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, or 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4. Measure 22, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 5, 2, 1. Or 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 2, 1. Or you can do 5, 4, 5, 4 for all of them. Then just figure out what works best for you for the last 3 measures, whether it's 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, or 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, or 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. You want to get yourself into a rhythm. And once you get your hands together, what you're going to want to do is have your right hand be about 2 notches softer in dynamics than your left hand, so your left hand can really be featured with the melody. The only time where the right hand's going to get a little bit louder is going to be in measures 6 through 8, where they have a little bit of a duet with the left hand. So as always, I appreciate you watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you write to me in the comments, please let me know where you're from. I love to know that people are studying piano all over the world, and I love to hear from you. As always, thank you for watching.